You know, for the last 100 or so years in America, builders have had a love affair with pickup trucks. And this truck, driven by one of my carpenters, is about the vintage of my birth around 50 years ago. But in the build show today, we're gonna be taking a look at this. This is a brand new 2021 Nissan Titan Pro-4X model. I'm a fairly new member of the Texas Motor Press, and occasionally I'm gonna do a video like this, which is a builder's take on the Nissan Titan. Let's get going. All right guys, so Nissan let me borrow this truck for a week through the PR department. There's no exchange of money here. I have no vested interest in making a perfect review for Nissan, but I've driven it for about a week now, and I took it out to the country this past weekend where I've got a ranch project going on. So I've had some highway time, I've had some city time with it, and you know, this actually brings back some good memories for me because I drove the very first generation. I had a 2004 Nissan Titan that I bought used in like 2005, and I drove that for 3 or 4 years, and I loved that truck. That was a great truck. That was right when I started my company. So it's really fun to go from the first generation to this, which is a very modern truck with all the amenities. Let's hop in and I'll tell you about it. All right, so there's 3 things I care about as a builder. The cab, which is my mobile office, how it drives and how it makes me feel when I'm on the road. And then third is job site functionality. So let's start with the office. The first thing I'm looking for in a truck is a good work surface. I really like having this, that I can make notes, I can pull out my phone or my notepad. I also want a good place for my water bottles. I don't know about this, I don't love this, but I do really like all the dashboard and all the features. Now my trucks that I drive currently is a work truck edition, and moving up to this model, which is a really top of line model, heated and cooled seats. For me in Texas, cooled seats are really nice. I do like that. I love the Apple CarPlay integration, but even my work truck model has Apple CarPlay. I wish this one had wireless Apple CarPlay, which it doesn't. All the other features, pretty nice. I mean, this is a top of the line truck. It feels good. I like that it's got a 150 and a 400 watt inverter. We've got a plug-in on the bed. That could be a handy feature. Of course, 4-wheel drive is a mandatory for me. And you know, honestly, the remote start is really nice. I love not having to take that key off my pocket to put it on every time, or off my keychain. Let's go out for a drive and let's go see what the drive feels like. When I first looked at this backup camera, I thought, you know, this camera looks kind of standard def. I thought it was a little, I've seen trucks with higher def, but this screen and having them both in the same screen, because I've got cameras on the side and the back, it actually is a feature that my first day I thought, oh, this is terrible. And by day 3 now, I really like it. Look, it's showing me exactly where I am there. And minus the beeping that's going on. It's a little annoying on the beeping, but it's really helping me out. So this backup camera, when I first saw it, like I said, I thought, oh, I don't know about this. But now that I've driven it for a week, I really like it. And you know what, in the old days when I had Nissan hard bodies, I actually drove 2 different Nissan hard body trucks in the 90s when I first started construction. This truck has all the modern amenities. The seats are super comfortable. I love that the steering wheel goes up, down, in, out. All the things that I'm missing on my work truck, this truck seems like it has. Now, there's other luxury trucks that have those things as well. What separates the Nissan? I think what I like about this Nissan in particular, really big screen. I wish Apple CarPlay was wireless, like I've seen on some other trucks these days who actually have to plug in to get to the Apple CarPlay. But in the end, that's not that big a deal. Great back seat. Another thing that I really like about this truck that I'm missing is it's got a sliding rear window. So I can slide the rear window hatch right here with this upper button. And you know when I use that the most is when I'm backing into job sites and I've got someone saying, all right, another foot, keep going. It's hard when you just are talking to someone through your window, but when you've got a back window like that that moves, really, really handy. Now, I have seen people throw long pieces of trim through to put in your dashboard. That's not the safest thing to do. But if you're talking to someone, if you're accessing you know, a cargo box in the back, some of those kinds of things, that could certainly be a good use for that. You know, this is a truck you could use during the work week, but you could also have a lot of fun with the family during the week. and tons of power available to you. This is a big old V8 engine. We got lots of horsepower, we got lots of torque available to us. I think you'd have no problems pulling. This one seems pretty tuned though for four-wheel drive kind of sport type activities. I didn't have a chance to take it four-wheeling, but I did get out to the country. I drove out to one of my remote job sites with my wife this weekend, and it's really nice on the highway, super stable. Another feature that's really common among the newer generations of cars, range finding cruise control. I forget what they actually call it, but basically it's going to allow you to set a speed, and then it's going to tell you, or it's going to know, hey, I've got a car in front of me that's going slower, and it's going to adapt. Oh, that's it, adaptive cruise control. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Adaptive cruise control is a total game changer for me on the highway. My wife's Suburban has it, and I love that feature, and it works really well on this truck. They've got the software tuned such that it's not herky-jerky like I've seen in some other models. Very, very smooth on the adaptive cruise. I didn't have a chance to pull anything on this. I've got a pretty big camper. My camper is 6,500 pounds. I'm sure that's well within the towing rating on this truck, and it would work fine. We've also got a built-in trailer controller. This is a really top-of-the-line package. I have good feelings from Generation 1. I really like that truck, and this one is certainly a modern truck with all the amenities. From what I've seen on pricing too, it looks to be a little bit lower on pricing than some of the competitors. So this Nissan's a good choice for all the bells and whistles on the inside. Cool. It'd be no problem to pull my camper on this. Let's talk about the outside real quick though. I love the black and white theme. These wheels and rims look awesome. And I think Nissan did a real nice job. All their trim looks to me like it's either a satin finish or maybe a matte finish. It's not shiny at all. I think that's pretty neat. I'm not sure what these bars are called in the bed. They're kind of a roll bar style, I guess. I don't love the Titan logo, but that might be your thing. It looks to me like it's also pre-made for a off-road light bar, which is kind of neat on top of that. I would do that. But what I really like, and what I had in my old Nissan, which turned out to be really nice, is this track system. So check this out. This plastic piece will come out, and this track is basically the same as the side tracks. So you can strap stuff down anywhere, any way you want. You've got 4 of the normal hooks, but with this track system running all around the inside of the bed, you can strap stuff down anywhere. I wish this model had a little longer bed. This is a 5.5. I would go 6.5 would be preferential. Of course, I have an 8-foot now, and that 8 is really, really nice. But gosh, for the last 15 or more years, I've never had anything bigger than 5.5, and I made it work. So this is a pretty nice truck for a builder, I gotta say. There's a lot of nice features here. And when it comes to job site backup, job site safety, those cameras all around, that's the kind of thing that might make me upgrade to that next series up compared to what I'm driving now that's fairly basic with just the backup camera. Big thanks to Nissan for letting me borrow this truck. Really cool truck, a lot of cool features for builders. Last thing I forgot to even mention was this step right here, which is kind of handy. I like that it's lower than just the steps that are right here in the bumpers. You can pop right in here, but seems like a good truck for a builder. I'll put a link to this in the description. If you're not currently a subscriber, guys, hit that subscribe button. We've got new content here every Tuesday and every Friday. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on The Build Show.